Hi everyone, I'm down here right at the edge of Sydney Harbour at a place that the Gadigal Aboriginal people called Warani. So we call this area Circular Quay. And of course it was here back in 1788 that the first fleet arrived, led by Governor Phillip or Captain Phillip, and there were around 1,100 convicts and soldiers on the first fleet. Of course, living in this area were the Gadigal Aboriginal people, and they called this area Tullawallada. And we can see a memorial here to remind us of what the Aboriginal people called this area. It's really important that we remember the Gadigal Aboriginal people and the effect that the First Fleet had on them. Of course, Captain Phillip arrived here and they would have been setting up the new settlement or the new colony of New South Wales, starting the little village of Sydney, which eventually grew to the big city that we know today. So the Gadigal people were really skilled at using the resources of the bush around them. This area would have been the bush. It looks very different today, but some of their resources that they might have used were shells from the edge of Sydney Harbour. So they would have been using shells to make fishing hooks, to cut things because obviously they're very sharp, and that would have been a really important tool. Another thing that they could do would be to carve a bowl. This is called a coolaman, and it's a very handy thing to have. They could fill it with water, they could grind seeds in it, and if it was big enough, you could even line it with some lovely possum skin to carry a baby in. So a coolaman is one of the features on your worksheet as well as your shell. Another thing that they would have done is to use the bush around them, especially the plants like lamandra grass, and they could have woven the lamandra grass into a bag like this. This is called a dilly bag, and it would have been very handy to carry around in the bush when they are gathering things to take back to their camp. So a dilly bag is another item on your history journal that you can mark off.